Hello everybody, this is Marta here on YouTube. Today I wanted to do a chat to get ready with me and talk a little bit about bad dates experiences that I've had in the past. So a few weeks ago I was talking to one of my friends and I'm gonna start doing my makeup, so I'm using the Coconut Skin Smoothing Primer, but I was talking with one of my friends a few weeks ago and we were talking about our bad date experiences and what has happened after those dates. And I really haven't I've had strange dates, but not really bad. I mean, yeah, you can consider them bad. So I went out with this guy. He was about 10 years older than me. He still is. He's still alive. And I hope he never sees this. If you do, I'm sorry for telling you the story and lying to you. Okay. So we went out on a date on a Sunday at 10 a.m. in the morning to the movies. We were gonna go watch, I think it was something of the Avengers, but I don't remember which movie it was. He came to pick me up at my house. Bad idea on a first date. If you are going on a first date, go on your own thing. Honestly, that was probably the worst mistake I did because I wanted to get out of that date so fast. I just honestly, and it sounds so bad, but I honestly just wanted to see the movie. And I really didn't, I liked the guy, but I didn't know if I liked him that way. And so we went to see this movie. I'm pretty sure it was a Marvel movie, one of the Avengers movies. And and he came to pick me up 10 a.m. in the morning on a Sunday. The movie was at 10 a.m. so he came here at like 8 a.m. in the morning because it was like an hour and a half drive away from here. And so we went. My dad was like, "Why are you going on a date at this hour?" And our date. I'm a very uncomfortable person. I don't know why. I just am. So we were sitting down. He was right next to me. He was eating his popcorn. And I was sitting in my space. I like having my personal space. So as I was sitting there, he was just kind of like leaning into me, seeing if we were, we're gonna interact or anything. And I was just like, watch the movie, watch the movie, watch that movie. So we ended up watching the movie and thankfully he never tried anything because I would have probably kicked him. We watched the movie, it ended, then we left the cinema. So we were at the mall and we were just walking around and I was so uncomfortable. I honestly couldn't put my finger on what it was that I didn't like about him. Maybe because I was younger and he was so much older than I was. Maybe because he's just, I don't know. He's a really cool guy. I wasn't interested in looking for a relationship and he did wanted a relationship. So after that we kept walking on the mall and I was just like keeping my distance from him. I really didn't want it to like make him think that I wanted him. But apparently that didn't work out. And that date, that day was awful. I came back and my dad was like, "So?" And I was like, "So what? The movie was great. That's it." After that, we kept on dating. And we went on several dates. We went several times to the movies. I love the movies. I can go there anytime. The only problem was that we really didn't hang out with each other, you know what I mean? We were just watching movies and that was it. So we went to another movie, which I do not remember which one it was. Kind of leaned into him and kind of tried to like him, but I really didn't like him. So I think that definitely, I know that definitely wasn't gonna work out. We became really good friends. We kind of knew each other's taste in movies because we both liked the same thing. But honestly, every time every date we had, I was so uncomfortable. There was just something in my body language that I think he really got and understood at the moment, that I wasn't really feeling it. And he was always like, are you okay? Are you comfortable? I feel like you're acting weird. And I'm weird already as it is, so it's not that different. But he's like, no, I know that you're weird. Is it that age difference? We kind of tried to talk about it, and I was just like not feeling it at all. So we kind of stopped hanging out. He was all ready to go into a relationship, and I was just like, I'm not into this. Let me tell you about the worst date that I've ever had, ever in my life. So I went with my friend Angelique. I think you guys have seen her before in several of my videos. I'm always with her. She's the little curly girl, curly hair girl. And I went to a concert thing she was gonna give in one store, in one music store thing. So I got there and there was no concert. So the thing is, we were standing there for like 2 hours. Well, we were waiting, not standing, but we were waiting there for like 2 hours to see what was gonna happen. Nobody was talking to us. Nobody was telling us what was gonna happen. So anyway, by kind of the end of this waiting we've done the whole time pretty much, there's this guy that just comes up and he sits down next to me and he's like, I saw you I saw you when you came in. I think you're beautiful. And he said it in such a smooth way that I was like, get it. So he was a very nice guy at that point. We're talking about it. I was like, I told Angelique I need to take a picture of his beard because his beard is amazing. He had an awesome beard, and that's pretty much everything nice that I can say about him. And he wasn't an asshole. It's just such an uncomfortable situation. But he had such an amazing beard. We talked a little bit, and it was pretty cool. So he asked for my number because I'm a makeup artist. He's a musician. He needed music videos and blah blah blah. So I gave him a little card that has my number and my Instagram handle and everything like that. So this guy and I. So I just. We left the place, everything was fine. My friend was like, girl, and I was like, maybe, I don't know how it's gonna happen. So by the next day, or maybe even that afternoon, I don't remember, he didn't text me, he messaged me, he DM'd me on Instagram, and it was pretty funny. We kind of talked a lot that day. He asked me out on a date on Instagram for like 2 days later, and I said, yes, let's go watch a movie. So we went to the movies. Going on a first date to a movie is not a bad idea. You just need time to meet the other person. So go to dinner and then the movies, or movies and then the dinner, whatever it is. Just have something when you both can talk and kind of really get to know each other. I think that's the most important part of it. But I almost never go to dinner and then a movie, or a movie and then to dinner. So we just went to see a movie. It was a movie with Gerard Butler. Something about storms. He was going into space. I don't know, it was a weird movie. I actually really enjoyed the movie, but my situation is this. I like to have my personal space. You might be my boyfriend. Just give me my personal space. Just let me have my personal space. It really does take me a long time to warm up to people. Honestly, going out on dates is the worst thing for me. I do not like it. It's just an awful thing for me. I just feel so lost. But yeah, this guy planted a kiss on me and he thought I really liked him. I think he was a cool guy. He just definitely wasn't for me. He really didn't understand the whole concept of a person being uncomfortable. So definitely moving on from that. But I think those have been my worst date experiences. He ended up being exactly what I thought he was. So he was amazing. You guys have to understand that for anybody out there that might see this video, if you are uncomfortable, if there is something that you don't like, say it. This is my problem. If I have a very high standard of what I like, I know exactly what I want, and people keep telling you and will always tell you, oh, you have to lower your expectations, you have to change your list, you know, and all this type of thing. And yes, sometimes you have to change not exactly the list, but the way you see things. But that doesn't mean that you have to lower your standards, because if you do, you're gonna end up with a shit show and it's not gonna be good for you. So just be careful. Really, if you are somebody that is successful, if you're somebody that wants a guy that is equally more successful than you are, don't settle for somebody that is less successful than you. Don't settle for somebody that is not chasing their dreams if you are, because when you're in a relationship, you both have to push each other to your dreams, into what you guys want to do. So I'm just putting that out there. Don't settle for anybody. It doesn't matter if you want to go to another country and the other person doesn't want to. Leave them, move on, do your thing. So yeah, you guys, that was it for this video. I know I only talked about 2 bad date experiences, but those are really the ones that I've been like, ugh. But yeah. So yeah, you guys, that is the whole look. This is basically a look that I use to film book videos most of the time. So I wanted to show you what I did while I was talking to you about bad date experiences. So if you guys have any bad date experiences, any advice, anything about that, please leave it in the comment down below. Follow me on all my social medias that are always linked in the description below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!